6.1 example 3 is an example of a problem where graphs will intersect at more than one point sometimes. So it's very similar to the ones we've already done, but it's just a tiny bit different. So here's an example. Find the area of the region between f of x equals 3x cubed minus x squared minus 10x and g of x equals negative x squared plus 2x. So just like example 2, we need to set them equal to each other so we can see where they intersect. So we'll have 3x cubed minus x squared minus 10x, and that's going to equal negative x squared plus 2x. Then we need to just combine everything onto one side. So 3x cubed will be the same. Add x squared to both sides, so that'll go away. And then subtract 2x, so minus 12x equals 0. And then let's factor to solve. We can factor out a 3x from both. So 3x times x squared minus 4. And then right here we have a difference of perfect squares. So we can also factor that into 3x times x plus 2 times x minus 2 equals 0. And then we just set each thing equals 0. So we should get x equals 0, negative 2, and positive 2. What that means is these graphs intersect at 3 different points. If we were drawing them, here's what they would look like, roughly. I've already done it a little bit wrong. This will be more in the middle. And you can also graph them in your calculator and see if this is what you get to. So f of x looks something like this. And then g of x looks something like this. So they intersect at these 3 points. So we'll pretend this is negative 2 right here, then 0, and then positive 2. This is what they look like. So here's what's different about this problem. The area of the region between them, well, there's actually 2 regions between them. We've got this region and this region. F of x and g of x kind of switch places. Look at this interval right here. From negative 2 to 0, which function is above the other one? Well, f of x is greater than or equal to g of x on this interval. But over here, g of x is above f of x for all the points on this interval. What that means is we're going to have to do 2 different intervals on our integrals. 2 intervals. Our first interval is going to be from negative 2 to 0. And our second one's going to be from 0 to 2. In the first one, you're going to have to do f of x minus g of x. You always do the one that's above the other. So f of x minus g of x. In the second one, we're going to have to do g of x minus f of x. That's what changes. So here's how we'll set that up. We'll have the area equals first interval from negative 2 to 0. So the integral from negative 2 to 0 of f of x minus g of x dx. So this is just this section right here. Then we'll add the second interval, which is from 0 to 2. And this time g of x is above f of x, it's greater than, so g of x will come first. And then we just substitute our formulas in. So f of x minus g of x we'll have 3x cubed minus x squared minus 10x plus x squared minus 2x. So the 3x cubed will be the same. Negative x squared plus x squared will go away. Negative 10x minus 2x will be minus 12x. Then from 0 to 2, it'll be g of x minus f of x. So we should have negative x squared. We'll have the 3x cubed again, but it'll be negative. So negative 3x cubed, negative x squared plus x squared, so that goes away as well. And then 2x minus negative 10x, so plus 10x, so that should be 12x dx. then you can use your power rule. 3x cubed will change to 3x to the 4th over 4. So 3/4 x to the 4th minus 12x squared over 2. So minus 6x squared. And that's from -2 to 0. And then this one, -3x to the 4th over 4. So -3/4 x to the 4th. Then plus 12x squared over 2, so plus 6x squared from 0 to 2. And then you just plug in. So first we'll plug in 0. So we'll have 0 minus 0, so that's done, minus. Plug in -2, so you have 3/4 times -2 to the 4th minus 6 times -2 squared. So that part's done. And then we do plus, plug in 2, -3/4 times 2 to the 4th plus 6 times 2 squared. And we're going to subtract 0, which is just going to be 0. So both of those go away. All right, so 2 to the 4th is going to be 16 over 4 is going to be 4. So that would be -12. Then this will be 4 times 6, which is 24, minus negative, so it'll be plus 24. Right here, 2 to the 4th is 16, divided by 4 is 4, so this will be -12. And then right here, 4 times 6 is 24, and it'll be plus 24. So this 24 cancels with both of those -12s, and you should get 24 as your answer.